Hey guys, it's JW, and wanted to jump on for a few minutes before I start work. Beautiful day here today compared to yesterday, which was pouring rain. So it's nice to see the sun again. It always helps because it puts the drivers in a better mood, and they seem to drive better. Yesterday they were just flying by, which I notice for some reason when it's raining out that people go faster instead of, you'd think they'd be a little more cautious. I guess it might be because they just want to get home, get out of them. They probably, wherever they walked from to their car, maybe they got wet. I don't know. I always try to get inside people's heads why they do certain things. Because to me, the type of day it was yesterday, windy, rainy, you're in a school zone, you'd probably be a little more concerned about, possibly causing a problem than a normal day, and you would tend to slow down, you would guess. But I've done this I started my crossing guard career in 2007, so I've been doing this it's my 18th year, and in two different towns. I moved up to where I am now from another town, but and I noticed patterns, and how people behave in certain types of situations, and they certainly are always in a hurry when it's raining. And the first real warm day of spring, like, that day that's a tease for summer, it might go to 80 degrees, 85 degrees in the spring, late spring. That also is one of those times where you'll see them drive very fast, very erratic. And I guess it's, the adrenaline in your body, I guess, it causes that. It's also, you'll notice when kids drive quick, faster than normal, you'll listen to the type of music they're listening to, and it's usually a fast beat. And because music definitely controls your brain in many aspects, and that's been scientifically proven. So it's interesting to figure out patterns. But yesterday it was pretty dangerous because I had to really depend on just somebody being kind enough to stop. It wasn't safe to even pretty much get out on and try to stop them myself unless I had 100 yards or so to hopefully get them to see me. Now, mind you, yesterday I wore my long raincoat, which means I'm covered from neck to ankles in this color. So I should be visible, I would think. But I've had many times people say to me, "Oh, I didn't see you." You didn't see me. Why is that? But anyway, one other thing, on the way over today, they were talking about the Red Sox is the home team up here in Massachusetts. Parts of New England are not Red Sox fans, they're Yankee fans, Connecticut. But up where I am, they're Red Sox fans for the most part. And I got to thinking that when I was a kid, the Red Sox season generally opened up around the middle of April, maybe the 13th, the 14th of April. So it's almost like it's 3 weeks ahead of what it used to be. And they play more games. Back when I was a kid, it was 154 games scheduled. Then they went to 162. I don't know when that was. That must have been in maybe the 70s, 60s or 70s. Probably the 70s. But yeah, it's just crazy because up here, we had 2 feet of snow one year on April 1st. And back in 97, it's not unusual to get snow in April. Usually you don't get 2 feet, but it's not unusual to get, snow flurries or even a few inches of snow. Same with May. I'm just watching this kid walking across the street, not a school kid, another kid. And the car didn't even slow down. Kid barely made it over. But anyway, sorry for the interruption. Everything's different now. Everything's about the money, huh? I think. They got to play 162 games, and they got to get them in. And the earlier they start, it gives them more room down the road if they have rain delays or rainouts, or if the games are canceled for some reason or another. So they need that because they play practically, I'd say most teams probably play 6 days a week during the season. It's rare for it. I don't think teams get 2 days in a row off. I don't recall it anyway. But, it's just everything's about the almighty buck. They're thinking of putting advertising on the uniforms. I guess they have patches now that on some of the teams where they do advertise a little bit. But they're thinking of putting, like, actual, pretty soon to be. When I was younger, they used to have, I keep referring to when I was younger because I think most of the people who watch these videos are probably quite a bit younger than me. Maybe you weren't around and didn't hear about this, but back in the day, they used to have sandwich boards. Guys would walk around with, they called them sandwich boards, and you put it over around your neck, and you had a board in back and a board in front, and you would advertise a restaurant, what they were serving for lunch or whatever. You walk around, the owner of the restaurant would pay you so much to walk around advertising the luncheon specials. So I don't know what's going to happen next. They're paying these athletes extraordinary amounts of money, and I don't begrudge them. I mean, it's the world we live in now. Everyone makes a lot of money, but except for the working stuff, it doesn't make all that much. But these athletes are being paid fabulous amounts of money. Some sports, way more than others. Basketball's, I think, is probably the highest. I know Jason Tatum, his contract, I think he's signing a contract this year. I think it's for $41 million average. No, it's more than that. What am I talking? 41? I think it's $60 million. I mean, I think even the best of the baseball players, they probably make around $40 million. I mean, we're not going to have to run any testimonial times for them or anything to raise money for them, but it's still, the comparison in the sports is kind of odd. But anyway, it's just something I'm rambling about again. I think of things as I drive over here and maybe make a video on something and try to think of some content. So anyway, it's always good jumping on with you folks, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.